Hello fellow cinephiles, today I'm reviewing Clint Eastwood's new film, The Mule. Now this stars Clint Eastwood himself, Bradley Cooper, Diane Wiest, Lawrence Fishburne, Taissa Farmiga, Vera Farmiga's sister, and Andy Garcia. It really focuses on the true story of Earl Stone based upon the newspaper article. And it looks at this 90-year-old horticulturalist and Korean War vet taking on a job after he falls on hard times. Unbeknownst to him, the job is actually involving transporting drugs from one place to another by the cartel. This is something he takes on and decides only to do once, but ultimately continues on doing it. And it really looks at the job that he's actually doing, and it also focuses on DEA agent Colin Bates, played by Bradley Cooper, who's trying to have a break in the case, trying to arrest someone, trying to get to someone and stop the Mexican cartel importing drugs into America. And ultimately, due to him being different and not following the rules and just treating the job as driving from one place to another, he's not really looked at or suspected of being involved in such criminal activity. And it really looks at the relationship he forms with some of the cartel members and how he's just trying to make ends meet and that he doesn't have a really good, strong relationship with his family. And ultimately, like a lot of drug runners and mules within the cartels, things go bad. Things don't go according to plan. And he's very restricted what he can and can't do. And he's threatened with the fear of death if he doesn't toe the line, so to speak. And it really leads to a confronting but surprising ending. I think this is Clint Eastwood's return to form. I was really thoroughly impressed with this film. It felt more like Gran Torino and films like that where he's acting and directing. And he hadn't done that in quite a long time. It's the best film he's done as actor and director. I did like American Sniper, but the last couple of films, Jersey Boys and 1517, I didn't enjoy as much. But this was really returned to what he does best. He really plays this character Earl with such finesse and such charisma, the Clint Eastwood charisma and humour that he has, he's able to portray on screen. This character really suits him, and he's able to play such a fascinating and interesting character that's sort of similar to him in many ways. He's around the similar age, and he sort of just encompasses that character, and you really believe he is Earl Stone. And I just think he's made a really wonderful film. It's a very simple story, simply told, and he's great at these sort of things. Has simple scenes with simple music, and all the acting's always solid, and he's surrounded himself with really great actors here. Bradley Cooper's returned, Michael Pena's returned, he's working with Lawrence Fishburne, Andy Garcia, and I really like the relationship his character has with Diane Wiest's character, who's his ex-wife, and how their relationship is. They're estranged, they're not really getting along anymore like they used to, and they have some really great scenes and moments together with these two actors, and it's so brilliant to see on screen. And I really love the scenes between Eastwood and Bradley Cooper. I think that's some great scenes between the two, very respectful of each other, and you can tell that Cooper really highly respects Clint Eastwood, and it's very interesting to see that. This movie goes to show that Eastwood still has it. He's still humorous and can still act very solidly and play really great characters. And he's really outdone himself, I think, with this film. And I was blown away by how good this film really was. I didn't quite know what to expect, but I was really impressed with what I did see. It's surprising too, a story like this of a 90-year-old Korean War veteran, becoming a mule for the Mexican cartel. Like, what an extraordinary story. And Eastwood's 88, he's not far off the 90, and this character really suits him, I think. And I think this film really suits him at his age with the story he's trying to tell. And what he's trying to tell in this film is very reminiscent of the age he was at when he made Unforgiven, and how relatable I think that was for him as well. And I think this is another film in that sort of vein, very relatable to what he's going through. He's even cast his daughter Alison Eastwood, whether they had a good relationship or not before the film, I'm not quite sure, but to see them on screen as father and daughter in real life is quite powerful. There's some really emotional scenes in this film, some shocking things happen, and there's realizations that these particular characters come to, which is quite powerful. It's just well put together. I think my favourite part of this film in general is just this idea of this old man who's made mistakes, who hasn't lived the way he feels he should have, and he hasn't put his family first like he really wanted to. And he felt distant from his family, and he hasn't been there for them for a long time. And this film really looks at this man trying to come to terms with the mistakes he's made and try to right some wrongs. And it also shows that it's never too late to say you're sorry. It's never too late to try and correct the mistakes you've made. And I think this film really encompasses that in so many ways, in so many scenes, and really in the essence of this character. There's some really, really great humour in this film, mostly delivered by Eastwood himself. And he feels like a man that's out of place and out of time, I guess, in a way. He doesn't know how to text on mobiles, and that's what the cartel wants him to do, to be in contact with them. And he sort of learns along the way. But he's a particular character that he befriends all the people he interacts with. And whether they like him to begin with or not, they start to warm to him over time in what he's doing and who he is as a person, which I think is really fantastic. And it's good to see Andy Garcia in something again. I haven't seen him in a film for quite a while, and he plays the Mexican cartel, like drug lord, I guess you could say. And he's really good in the scenes he has as well. He's not in it a lot, but he has some really great scenes within the film itself in the little role that he does play. There's a lot of heart and emotion in this film. It sort of plays a lot like a sort of mild humour, but there's some dramatic elements in it, and there's some surprising and scary moments within it as well, in scenes where he's being threatened by the cartel themselves. It's kind of interesting to see those scenes and how it unfolds. Eastwood, I think, steals the show. He's so fantastic as a character. He's having so much fun, and it's good to see him back to form doing some really great films, in the films that he's really known for and has a great ability in telling. Final verdict. If you like Clint Eastwood films, you'll probably thoroughly enjoy this. If you want to see Clint Eastwood acting again and back to true form, you might enjoy this as well. I think it's a very well-made film, and I think it's a film that would be kind of a crowd pleaser. I know at the cinema, when I saw it today, it was nearly full, and I hadn't seen a film nearly full at the cinema I go to in quite a while, so it was quite impressive in that regard. Most of them, mind you, were older people, but there were some younger people there as well. And I really enjoyed this film. I got a lot out of it and was really impressed by it. I'm going to give The Mule 4.5 out of 5. I really thoroughly enjoyed it. I like what I saw. I like the acting. I like the way the film was made. Eastwood was fantastic in it. And I would go as far as to say this is on my top 10 of the year so far with the films I have seen. And look, I've been really impressed with the amount of films I've seen recently, but I don't know how long that's going to continue going. I have a feeling that the next lot of films aren't going to be as good as the ones I've seen so far that are on my list already, and we're only just in January. You never know, the films coming up I might really enjoy, and they might be quite impressive to me. I just think this year is quite good for film. There's some really great films coming out throughout the year, and I look forward to a lot of them, and I can't wait till some of them come out. And it's the first time in a long time I've been sort of excited about movies coming out, where the last couple of years there's been some films I've wanted to see and enjoyed, but overall there hasn't been a lot, where this year there seems to be quite a number of them coming out. Anyway, that's all from me today. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please hit subscribe down the bottom. Follow me on Facebook. Otherwise, until next time, enjoy the movies.